they should be in good shape. You know, as you can imagine, I'm not really buying into all that. You know, at the end of the day, scientifically, it's not ideal. But emotionally and intelligence-wise, you should have enough in your locker to understand what your body will do and the demands of the modern game. That's just the way it goes. Don't forget they've got ever more support, these players, on every level. So they certainly should have the capability to recover the best they can. I'll be expecting my players to be ready to go. No, he's got a chance. Yeah, and that is part of the plan. Yeah, which game do you choose for the one in 2 and 3 days? Does affect people like Barnsley, quite obviously from a recovery point of view. And any knocks and stuff like that. But the fully fit lads, I don't expect them to recover well and be right. And then the ones who any knocks or like a Barnsley, we've had to monitor that and be careful and make them decisions on what game's right and what game's not the one. So today was one we considered to be not the one, to allow the chance of possibly playing and starting Saturday. So we'll wait and see. Is it Saturday? I always do that Christmas thing like everyone does. It is Saturday, isn't it? Yeah.
It's a slightly difficult one just from what's happening on the team.
We haven't seen him so much this season, so with Ollie being there, you might look at it slightly differently. Whether he'll play or not. But the one thing for sure, he's a top player, obviously, but they've got a lot of top players. I think from the outside in, I think mainly they're probably looking at the consistency. Not only just, I don't think, week in, week out, but also within a game. They've had spells where they've been quiet and then they've had spells when they've been electric. So I think that's the thing that, hopefully they'll have a quiet spell against us. That'd be nice. But we play very well because against the top sides, you need to play well for sure. And sometimes you need them to have a quiet game or a slightly offish game, but there's no guarantee of that. So what we do is prepare properly for us to go and play and then see where it takes us. Well, I think we make sense of it. We talk about it, but at the end of the day, the resilience comes from, the mentality to not be too affected if you're winning as well, by the way. We've had spells of winning games. It doesn't owe you the next one. You've got to be ready to work hard to go and get the next one. The Premier League doesn't owe you anything. So if you lose a game, how quickly can you shrug it off? Well, make sense of it. We always debrief the games and, make sense of it that way. But part of the mentality of the group, I suppose the good side of every season being a massive challenge for us is you grow with that resilience. You want to go into every game to win it. Certainly that's my mentality. But you understand, statistically, that's very difficult. So therefore, you're probably going to have to take a few knocks along the way. And then here's how you come out of them knocks and the performances you can give. Some very good, some not so good. No matter what, get enough points on the table. So, that mentality has to be clear and bloody minded. And I think we've done well with that over our years in the Premier League. We've got to continue doing that. There's no guarantees. So we'll have to be ready, whether it's United, the next game after, against Villa, whatever. We have to be ready. Regardless of the result, you have to be ready for the next one. Yeah, I thought we handled turnover really well today. I mean, the two centre-halves were on everything, I thought, and the midfield worked hard. And so, yeah, I wasn't concerned with that today. I thought we handled it well. But generally in the Premier League, transition is really important. Everyone knows that. Whether you're defending to attack or attacking to defend, or, the turnover when you're attacking to then turn it around when you have to clue into defending. The difference was today on that key moment was just the speed that they got it wide and then put it straight back in. If they have one more pass, we probably get over it quicker. So transition is important in every week in the Premier League, and it's something, that has changed, and and also countering the counter now. Teams are now working on a counter-attack basis. Well, if you break that up, how quickly can you counter the counter and then counter their counter to counter the counter? Yeah, there's no questions asked from not just them two players who play here. They know that on the other hand, it gives them a weapon when we do attack because you've got two centre forwards to try and work with. When we make that connection really well, we're very powerful, I think, with two centre forwards up there. If it's a bit quieter, they know they've got to work, and they certainly weren't lacking in work today. And their honesty and their authenticity of their performance is important. The work that they put in. The wide men help, and sometimes one dropping off the front, of course. But sometimes they are left to their own devices in there, and they do it very, very well. And the acceptance of it is the key. Two top professionals who just accept the challenge and go, right, yep, okay, we get it. And their teamwork around them to make sure that works. And it's, like I say, it's quite interesting. I'm not going to bore you with it, but the way people views of the game, the perception of it. You've got a manager there, one of the top managers. If you look at his history, he's played 4-4-2 a lot in his history. And he seems to know what he's doing.